Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So, Lucifer Season 4 is finally out on Netflix, and it is a continuation of the cliffhangers of Season 3 before the actual show was actually canceled by Fox. But due to this huge cult following and demand, we now have this new 10-episode series. And so, spoilers for anybody who's never seen Lucifer for the past 3 seasons. But what ends up happening on Season 3, the cliffhanger, is that Chloe finally finds out Lucifer's true form as the devil. And Lucifer's always been honest about that. Amadeus goes back up to heaven, leaving Dr. Linda and everybody else down there. Mazikeen does her thing. And also Dan loses Charlotte. You know, that was something that everybody saw. And he places a lot of the blame on Lucifer. And also Ella is there as well. And so there's a lot of things that are left at the end. And if you remember from the actual episode, Pierce or Cain of Cain and Abel actually gets killed by Lucifer. And that's pretty much where everything ends off. And so huge cliffhangers. And of course, Lucifer gets his wings back. And so those are things that I think really left a lot of people who were really interested in this series or fans of this series really left hanging. And whenever it got canceled, not a good thing for a lot of fans, but thankfully Netflix picked it up. And so with this new 10-episode series, the things that I enjoyed about it is it really continues directly after events of Season 3. And so now Chloe is having to deal with Lucifer's true form, and Lucifer now has to deal with the fact that she knows. Dr. Linda always knew. Amanda comes back, and then his relationship with Dr. Linda actually goes even further, and you'll see that throughout most of the series. It's really focused on that. Also, Dan is dealing with a lot of what happened after Season 3 with the loss of Charlotte. Ella is back, but in way more episodes than you would imagine. And also, Mazikeen is back as well. And there's also a new character here, which is a long-lost flame of the devil himself, a very long-lost lover. So you'll see what that means as you watch the series. And so that's the first thing I enjoyed about it, in that they kept the story really true to what it was before. And most importantly, they brought all the characters back, with all the characters I just mentioned, with Tom Ellis especially playing the role of Lucifer, the devil himself. I really enjoyed his acting in this. And the rest of the cast, they pretty much performed just as well as they did in Season 3. And you actually get more of these other characters, you know, like you get more of Dan, you get more of Ella, you get more of Amadeus and Dr. Linda's relationship. And you also get to see a different side of Mazikeen. So I think that was something that was a really good aspect of the show. And now they actually fleshed these characters out more. And also some of the elements that you did enjoy from Season 3, they're here as well. The whole supernatural element is here, of course, with the whole heaven and earth celestial story. And there's also obviously the whole police drama thriller part. But there's also like the characters, you know, they're growing from the past 3 seasons. So you see them evolve, and they do spend a lot of times there. And of course, the whole comic book feel of it, you know, because this is based upon a comic book originally. And so they really spend a lot of time on Lucifer's character, and it gets more into his, you know, himself as a devil, you know, so they kind of really play into that a lot. And so those are elements that I think was done well, especially for fans of the series. But, you know, it doesn't always work out well. And what I mean by that is some of these elements just don't go together, okay? And I think in Season 4, it's just not done as well for some reason because I myself, I always did enjoy the characters, especially Tom Ellis' performance. But the thing that I never really enjoyed is the whole police drama thriller part. You know, you really have to suspend your disbelief. And I've never really read the comic books myself, so I don't know how true it is to the actual comic book. Him being the devil, Amanda being an angel, Mazikeen being a demon, you would expect them to know a lot of stuff, you know, especially since they've lived for millennia. And in this whole series, you know, even from Seasons 3 in the past, they're like normal humans, you know, and I understand they're trying to make it more like human, but they're just not really smart, you know. They're supposed to be these creatures who were there at the beginning of time, but yet they act like, I would say, just really dumb people at times, you know, or very naive. And that's something that I still could never get used to. So that part I did enjoy. Another part that I don't really enjoy, and I've never really enjoyed, is the whole police drama aspect. it's just so formulaic, okay? So pretty much every episode there is a murder. And so Lucifer and Chloe try to figure it out, and then all the other characters try to figure it out, and then they're getting to side stories of the characters. And so that's kind of like every single episode. So after a while, it's the same thing over and over. And then another thing that to me didn't really work out this well, and I honestly was not really interested in, is this whole relationship, romantic element between Chloe and Lucifer. And now we have a third element. So there is this like love triangle. And most of the time, I was not interested at all. It just kind of got in the way of the story, and I just really didn't see that chemistry there. Now, I did like this new third character, this new long-lost love element for Lucifer, but she kind of overstayed her welcome. And Chloe and the Lucifer himself, it was just like a teenage romance story, you know? It's just like, it can't be that naive, you know? And you see what I mean. And so I just didn't really enjoy those elements. And then other things that I wish they would have done more with it is focus more on this whole supernatural elements, the whole war between heaven and hell, the other characters, you know, from heaven, from hell. Those were the things that I enjoyed the most. But unfortunately, they didn't get as much time in it. And then when they did show it, it's just like elements that just don't really make any sense. You know, like there's one main character, it's like a priest, and he's just like a throwaway character, but they give him so much importance, you know. And so it's things like that. It just didn't really work out too well for me, and it really made me lose interest. And so overall, if you were a fan of Lucifer seasons 1 through 3, I think you will enjoy this, especially if you did enjoy the characters, Devil himself especially, but also all the other characters as well. But at the same time, the actual stories, the police drama, the love element, it just didn't go too well, and I would have liked to see more of the supernatural elements, the fantasy elements. Those were just a lot more fun to me. And the ending itself, it was okay, you know. And so that's kind of like my feeling of the whole series. It was okay, you know. And so that is my overall review of Lucifer Season 4. If you had any thoughts on this, whether you've seen Season 4 or whether you've seen all the seasons and Season 4, be sure to leave that in the comments area below. And as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Gold Content Creators Group, where you'll get access to 30 videos plus additional content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Gold Content Creators Group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for checking out this episode. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com, and I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.